Hi and welcome to this video. My name is Art Pizarro. I am the Marketing Manager for Technical Diagnostic Services. And in this video, I'm going to quickly go over what a vendor registration is and how we go about doing them here at TDS. So to make things easy for us, I've gone ahead and I've found this list of construction contractors. So basically, these are the biggest construction companies in the world, and a lot of them build power plants. And as you may or may not know, our company supplies staffing and equipment to the power plants across the world, whether it's solar, oil and gas, natural gas, things like that. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to pick out a company. We'll go with Blvd US, and I'm just going to copy that. And because I have this list, it's cutting down some of the time where normally we have to go and try and find the list like this one. I came across this one, so I'm going to go to Google now, and I'm going to enter in that company, and I'm going to click on vendor registration. Normally you type that in. And so in this case, it just so happens that it was easily found, their supplier page. Part of this job and part of the difficulty of the job is actually finding this supplier page for most companies. Most companies, if they have one, it's hard to find. It doesn't have a link to an application. If you do fill out the application, then it happens to be that their website doesn't work well, and when you submit it, it's not recorded. Sometimes the website doesn't even let you submit. It's just things like that. So I'm just going to walk you through it. We'll take a look. It's really not hard in and of itself, the work. The hard part is actually getting the work completed, because a lot of the technical difficulties and the research required just to get to the point where you can fill out the application. So we'll click on their supply page, and as you can see here, they basically talk about how they hire people as subcontractors, things like that, and that's exactly what we're interested in, because we're interested in partnering with them on their projects. And so as you can see, it's a basic application. It looks a lot like a job application, and it's going to ask you information about the company and about the type of business that it actually is. And we have all of this on cheat sheets, so it's a lot of copy and paste for the most part, once you've reached the point where you're actually filling out the application. Because as I've said before, the hard part is actually finding this page, the supplier page. A lot of companies don't make it easy for you to find that page, and I apologize for this pop-up. And so basically, we'll fill out the information that they're requesting, all the basic company info. They'll ask us to describe our products and services, where in the world that we work, and what kind of experience with multifamily, military, or student housing communities we have. So for this particular company, that's something that they care about. And assuming we filled all this info out, the next step that we would take is we would come here to our vendor registration status form. And what this does is this lets us keep track of all the companies that we've applied to be a vendor with and how we're ranking as far as that goes. In other words, have we verified that we are a vendor with them, or did we just submit an application? And so if we were to click on initial submission and continue, it'll take us to a page that lets us enter in all the info. So here it would be Blvd is the company that I applied with. I put in their URL here, contact name if I had any, phone number, email address, self-explanatory, and we put in any relevant notes. So sometimes you'll apply and it'll tell you you've been accepted as a vendor. That's rare, but sometimes it does happen, and we would enter in the login and password and any notes here that are relevant. Most of the time though, what will end up happening is we're going to go back and follow up with the company to see if our application was received and what the status of that application is. And in that case, we'll return to this page at a later date and click on completed registration. And at that point, we'll go ahead and we'll enter in the information once again, but less of it, and we'll put in the notes verified, okay, or registration verified. And so that, in a nutshell, is how we do a vendor registration. And basically, they can range from anywhere from 15 minutes, like this one here was super simple, very quick. I found it right off the list that I was working from, filled out the info, entered it into our cheat sheet, and then I go back, I call the company, I shoot them an email, and when they tell me, yes, you're good to go, you're one of our vendors, I come back here and I fill this out. Done. But they can vary from 15 minutes Some have gone as long as 3 to 6 hours because of the fact that you're trying to track down the info, you're trying to fill out very long and complicated applications. It varies a great deal. So I hope that was helpful in helping you make your decision as to whether or not this is something that you'd like to take on.